Thanks for staying with us on South Africa Tonight. While the Political Party Funding Act might get sent back to Parliament for review, the Independent Electoral Commission supports the notion that the Act needs to be amended. So for more on this, now I'm joined by the CEO of the IEC, Mamabolo. Mamabolo, thanks a lot for joining us this evening. It is understood that the IEC broadly supports the Political Party Funding Act, but there is room for improvement where, of course, are those identified areas of improvement that you've seen?
Look, the Commission supports the Act, the Political Parties Funding Act, because it believes that its provisions help us with the notion of transparency in the funding of very important institutions in our society, that being political parties. So if you look at the provisions of the Act, they bring to the fore, they give life, they give practical effect to the constitutional impulse of transparency. Hence, the Commission, there's no doubt about its support for the Act. Nonetheless, the President is the person entitled to determine when that Act will be will have a commencement date. So that determination vests with the President. For its part, the Commission has prepared for the implementation of the Act. The regulations are ready, as they should. The business application for the disclosure of donations and so on is complete. And political parties have been trained, and that process is ongoing. So there cannot be doubt about the fact that the Commission supports wholly the Act. Now, this is the fact is the first Act of its type within our democratic system. It is not a perfect Act, and like any other law, it can be improved.
Yeah. Just for the sake of time, Sai, you're saying that it is not a perfect Act. Where are the imperfections?
For instance, the thresholds for the disclosures were determined 2 years ago. That was in the pre-COVID economic climate. We then have got to ask ourselves whether those disclosure thresholds are still relevant, should they be adjusted or not, those types of things. But for its part, the Commission is ready for the implementation of the Act.
The Commission is ready for the implementation of the Act, but the Commission has also seen significant pushback from the larger political parties. Then where do we find a happy medium? Because it's no secret the fact that political parties, including the African National Congress, have said that some parts they're really unhappy with.
Of course, we can't speak on behalf of political parties and the views parties hold. I think they can articulate that for themselves. The Party Funding Act is part of the South African law. And that law confers on the Commission certain responsibilities. To that extent, the Commission has prepared to undertake those functions should the Act be promulgated for commencement.
Do you see it being returned to Parliament for review?
I can't, I don't know. Really, that's not a matter that is within the purview of the Commission. The Commission's role in terms of that law is to administer certain processes. And with respect to that, those preparations have been made. And should the Act be promulgated for commencement, the Commission will be in a position to discharge its functions.
Chief Electoral Officer at the IEC, Mamabolo, there on the Political Party Funding Act, which is said not to make all political parties concerned quite happy.